Well, hello everybody. It's your friend Manoli here with another Manoli's Musings. Yes, that's right. Manoli's Musings is back. Back already. Back already. How you doing, everybody? I'm doing fine. Had myself a nice week. I'm sorry, I got the sniffles. It's really annoying because I have to go back and then edit out my sniffles so I don't drive you guys even crazier than I already do. So it's already annoying, but I'm sorry. I think it must be. I guess the weather changed because it was kind of warm and then it got cold again, and then I don't know. Such a pain in the ass this time of year. The weather in the south just goes. It'll be 70s, it'll be 30s, it'll be 70s, it'll be 30s, it'll be 20s, it'll be 80s. That's just how it goes down here. But I guess I would prefer that than just constant cold and snow and ice. I definitely prefer it over that. As we all know, I don't like the cold. So, but it's cold this week, unfortunately. But yeah, I figured I'd put out another episode. I have some extra time here. It's going to be a shorter one than last time. I think 25 to 30 minutes is probably the sweet spot. The last episode was longer because I had a lot of ground to cover, but I think 25, 30 minutes is about where I'd like to keep these. A, I'll be able to put out more, and B, it'll save me a lot of time. So, but I think that's a good amount of time. But anyway, but yeah, what's going on, everybody? How are your New Year's resolutions holding up for you? Are they going well? Did you make a resolution? What was it? What was it? Were you gonna exercise more? Were you gonna eat better? My resolution's been the same for the past 2, 3, 4 years. It's make better choices. You know why it's that? Because you can't quantify it. No, but it is true. I mean, just make better choices. What's wrong with that? Eat better, exercise more, do more podcasts, focus more on what's important. Keep discipline. Keep your mind clear. Keep things going. Keep moving forward. That's all you got to do is make better choices. Yeah, you got to get a little better every day. But yeah, some people they set out these really grandiose goals and then they just fail. And I know I say some people because I've done that before. I'm going to do this every day. I'm going to get up in the morning every day and go for a run. I'm going to get up. I'm going to lift. I'm going to lift weights every day or every other day, or whatever it is. It's like oh, and then by the second week you're like, oh, screw this, I'm done. And then you feel like a failure. So I try to keep it vague. I just try to when opportunity knocks, you take it. That's what I say. But you try to do better. I am going to try to do more of these shows though, because I think if I get the rhythm down, I think it'll be good for me. I think it'll be a pleasure for all you. So yeah, but yeah, New Year's resolutions. I mean, it's really tough. You got to wait. I do think you should wait at least 2 weeks before you start anything because there's such a hangover after the holiday period. You're partying, you're with your friends, your family, you're drinking, you're eating, whatever. It's just hard to start right back. Like, oh, I'm going to go right into it, and then they have this dry January thing that people do now, which they do, and then I think they only do it so they can tell you that they went a month without booze. Which, anyway, but I also think like with the gym and stuff, like you got to wait at least 2 to 3 weeks because then when you show up, it looks like you're more legit. You're not just one of those New Year's resolution people that just show up, and then they're out by the end of the month. No, then people won't look at you a certain way. But then again, who really cares if people look at you a certain way? Who cares what people think? Who cares? Not Manoli. Well, maybe sometimes, but I try not to. Anyway, but yeah, I had a nice weekend. So me and my brother and my mother, we went up to see my grandparents in Old Prosperity, South Carolina, because we didn't get to see them for Christmas because somebody got sick. And by somebody, I mean me. I didn't get to go up there. We're supposed to go up like the 23rd, but it was fun. I mean, we went up there. We went up there this past weekend. It was nice. I saw most of my family up there. I didn't. I saw everyone except for my aunt Chris. I didn't get to see her, but I saw all my aunts and uncles. I saw some of my cousins. It was nice. It was nice. I always like visiting my grandparents. They're always happy to see me, and they had their house still decorated for Christmas because they wanted us to see the decorations. So it was very pretty. They had two very pretty trees up. It was all lit up, all pretty. I mean, you could see it from the road because the tree was shining through the glass in their doorway. It was really pretty. They did a good job. And then I always like seeing my grandparents. They're always the first thing they say when I walk in. You want a beer? Or my granddad, you want to do a shot of whiskey? He's always. We're always on the same page. Me and my granddad. I think we're always on the same wavelength, pretty much. So yeah, but and after that, we met my dad and Leo and I drove up to Charlotte, North Carolina, and we saw the wild card game between the Panthers and the Rams. Now that was a lot of fun. We had been up to Charlotte a few months ago. I think for week 5 of the NFL season, it was the Panthers versus the Dolphins, and this game was so much better. First of all, it's a playoff game, which is exciting, and the first time the Panthers are in the playoffs for since a while. I'm not really like a Panthers fan. I don't really have like an NFL team. I have a college team. I have a professional baseball team. I never really had an NFL team because my dad was always more into the fantasy football, and I just never grew up rooting for any team. So like, I'll root for the Panthers. You know, they're the closest. I'll root for the Bills because my some people in my family like them. Uh, but yeah, so I was rooting for the Panthers. But it was a fun game. I mean, the weather, it looked like it was going to rain, so I wore my rain jacket, but really the weather was actually perfect. It was like 70 with the breeze. I mean, it was windy. It had wind, but I was wearing jeans and my rain jacket. It was just beautiful football weather. It was just beautiful football weather. I mean, it felt great. It wasn't too hot. It's kind of fun because the game started at 4:30, and so it ended up it turned into a night game at the end, which are always more fun. And it was a great game. I mean, the Panthers were the underdogs for sure. I mean, the Rams, you got Stafford and Puka Nakua and all these guys. Yeah, they're a really good team, but the Panthers got some good players too. No studs on that level, but they put up a good fight, man. The crowd was excited. It was an exciting game. The lead changed like 3 times in the fourth quarter. I mean, the Rams eventually they scored a touchdown with like 38 seconds left, but man, it was an exciting game. I really enjoyed it. It was fun rooting for the Panthers. It was fun. I enjoyed it. It was fun. Me and Leo and my dad, we had a great time. Cheering, yelling, screaming, shouting. It was nice. They had all kinds of food. I had a pulled pork sandwich. It was just stuffed with pork. I mean, I had some beer. Then I went to the bar. At one point, they had single malt scotch, which is pretty nice. I mean, at a football game, you can't really ask for much more than that. But so I had one, and I was going to go back for another one before they stopped selling at the end of the third quarter. And man, I tell you, I was in that line, and these people were so worried that they weren't going to get their dang booze before the before the bar closed. I mean, they were just like, "Come on, hurry it up, hurry up!" They were like shouting at the bartenders. This one lady, she's like, "I'll give you $20 if you order me a high noon." And I was like, okay. And she's like, "You just keep the change." So I made $5 off of her. Uh, but they were so freaking freaked out, man. I'm just like, oh my gosh. Like, I mean, listen, if the bar, I wanted another drink, otherwise I wouldn't have got one. But I mean, it's like I would have been just fine if the bar had closed. It's like, oh well. But these people were like, I mean, they wanted their booze, man. I'm like, man, maybe they should do dry January. Maybe I should. But no, but I did. I gave it up for Lent last year. I did no alcohol, and I made it through. But you know, anyway, but it was funny. It was just funny. And then there were these two girls. They looked like I don't know, faux influencer or like Instagram model kind of type of girls, and they were like they would go. I mean, they did it like every important moment. Like Bryce Young like ran like a pretty good touchdown for like almost 20 yards at one point. And while that's all going on, everybody's watching the game. These two were like taking Instagram pictures like right in front of where we're sitting, like on the staircase. It was just like so obnoxious. They did it like 3 or 4 times, and that I was just like, what? Why are they even here? They literally came here just to take pictures. I mean, maybe they're like a wife or a girlfriend or something, but I mean, I don't know. It was so stupid. And they came by us, and I was like, "Oh, are you two influencers?" I mean, at this point, I was just like, I wanted to mess with them. They're like, "No, we're not influencers." I was like, "Oh, okay." It was just really. I wanted to ask them, "Hey, who's the quarterback for the Rams?" Because I don't think they would have been able to tell me. It's really silly. But yeah, I mean, the game was fun. I mean, like I said, I'm not really a Panthers fan, but I was rooting for them. Obviously, I was rooting for the home team. But but you know, the Rams are a good team. It was a good game. What can I say? But man, those people at that bar, it's like that dang, I don't know, felt like a hell. Um, and then the next day we came back home, but I was sitting eating breakfast at the hotel the next day, and I was looking across the street from where we were staying. They have the convention center. I noticed that they had curling championships, which I mean, how freaking boring is that? I mean, who in the, I mean, I thought that they only invented curling so like I don't know, Canada would have something to be good at in the Olympics. I mean, let's be honest here. But I mean, no. Apparently, they have curling championships in Charlotte, North Carolina, which makes no sense to me. There's no freaking. I mean, I mean, it snows every once in a while, but there's no ice there. So, like, what? Um, Although, I mean, who would? My gosh, I mean, I just can't imagine being a professional curler. And then they also had like some kind of anime convention, which I was like, oh man, I'm glad I didn't stay there that weekend. Can you imagine the kind of stuff that would be going on that weekend? I mean, you couldn't pay me to go in there to that. I mean, listen, I know that some people like anime and blah blah blah, but I mean, some of these anime fans, I mean, they're a little out there if you know what I'm saying. But anyway, and then on the way back, we stopped at the Leo wanted to stop at the Bass Pro Shop. So we walked around there for like an hour, and that was fun. He got himself a little hat and a sign for his room that says like Bear Country or something. It was actually a pretty impressive store. They had all the stuffed animals, you know, the taxidermied animals, and you know all the guns and the fishing rods, and it was a pretty cool store. And we ended up back home, but yeah, it was a nice little quick trip. You know, see the grandparents, go to the football game, hang out with my family. It's all good. The other day was Elvis's birthday, and you know I like Elvis. He's one of my favorite, you know, non-classical guys. Although he really actually liked classical music, he liked opera a lot. He was quite the fan, actually. So I think it. I don't want to say it informed his singing, but I do think that he has a better technique than like most pop. I mean, if you want to call it rock and roll guys, singers. I mean, it clearly worked for him, and he said he's like this is the way that's comfortable for me, and that's what I stuck to. I can't really do Elvis talking. I can do pretty good Elvis singing, and I posted that little 30-second video of me singing the end of American Trilogy, which Elvis does like so. It's so bombastic and operatic and over the top. I mean, I just love I like pretty much all Elvis eras, early Elvis, the 50s, like kind of more straight, rock and roll, kind of stuff. And then, 60s Elvis is pretty good too when he did those goofy movies, but the songs are still pretty good. But like 70s, like wingsuit Elvis, like over the top, like Vegas, Aloha from Hawaii, like that's my favorite Elvis. Like I know that he was not super healthy at the time, but man, the performances are just so over the top, but so much fun. Like the dances, the karate moves. Like I love 70s Elvis. Like, and that's like peak 70s Elvis. It's just like him singing that song, just so so over the top. So I was like, I'm gonna do a little Elvis impersonation of my own. I mean, it was like I was like, I think I'll do this. I'll do it for fun. So I sang the end of that, and I posted it, and it got like well over 1,000 views in like less than 24 hours. And I was like, that's interesting because I could post another video and it'll get like 50 in 24 hours. And I'm like, you know what? I wonder why. Why is that one? I mean, maybe because of what it was or the title or because it had Elvis in it. I don't know what it was, but um, I wanted to see how if it would keep going, but it kind of slowed down. So you guys didn't like it enough. So I'm blaming you. Manoli's working hard over here and you guys are slacking off. You got to like and comment on my stuff, whatever it is. I don't care what you say. Just like and comment, and if you want to, share it. But I thought it was a pretty fun video. Yeah, I mean, it was a big joke. I was just doing it for fun because, I mean, impersonating Elvis is fun. Hello, people do it as a career. But yeah, it was fun. Although it did remind me, I was thinking about Elvis and uh, there was this girl in my kindergarten class, and one day for show and tell, I never forgot this. And actually, I did forget it, and then my mother reminded me of it because we were talking about Elvis. But like for show and tell, one day she drew a picture of Elvis on the toilet, um, no longer with us, which I had forgotten about it, but now I can see it in my mind's eye. This is kindergarten. This is over 20 years ago. I mean, what a show and tell that is. Elvis mm, passing on the throne, which is horrific. I mean, how did she even know about that? Like, I mean, I had no idea until she showed us that picture. I mean, what a horrific thing. And then even more shocking, although interesting to 5-year-old Manoli, was that she had apparently lifted one of her dad's like bikini calendars and drew it on the back of that. So that was even more shocking. I mean, that has to be a note home, right? I mean, first of all, you bring a bikini calendar to kindergarten, and then you drew Elvis on the throne. Eesh, how bizarre! I mean, I can't even. How bizarre! How bizarre is that? I completely forgot about it until my mother brought it up. And like, yes, now that you mention it, I tried to suppress it, but man, what a strange thing. There's been some weird stuff in my life, man. There's been some weird stuff. One day in high school, we were in history class and we argued for like 20 minutes because one of the girls was like, "Oh, Macaulay Culkin died." And I'm like, "No, he didn't." She's like, "Yeah, he's dead. He died." And I'm like, "No, he did not." And we literally argued about this for 20 minutes. And I'm like, I have my phone in my hand and I'm like, "He's not dead. He's still alive." And she's like, "No, I saw it on, I don't know, something or another." And the teacher's like, "Why the hell are you guys talking about Macaulay Culkin being dead?" It was the strangest thing. And then even stranger though I mean, is that he's married to the girl from Sweet Life of Zach and Cody, Brenda Song, London Tipton, which is like the weirdest. I would have never ever have guessed that Macaulay Culkin would be married to London Tipton from Sweet Life, Brenda Song. What a strange thing. I liked Sweet Life as a kid. I liked it. A, I thought it was a good show, and B, the girl Maddie, Ashley Tisdale. As a kid, I had the hugest crush on Ashley Tisdale. She was my first like celebrity crush. I watched all her shows and her movies. I was really into her. I mean, this is like I'm like 7, 8, 9 at the time. I think 8 years old was like the height of my Ashley Tisdale phase. Like her and Keira Knightley actually were my first like two celebrity crushes. I liked them both as a I liked Keira and Pirates as a kid, and I liked Ashley Tisdale as a kid. Um, and then after Ashley Tisdale was Emma Watson, when I was really into Harry Potter. So this is like third, fourth grade. I was into Emma Watson, Hermione, and then after her is like I got into like Kate Upton. Like she was my next celebrity crush. So I mean, I think I had pretty good taste as a kid. You know, but anyway, but yeah, there's a little Manoli lore for you. I'm really throwing it back to kindergarten and my celebrity crushes. It's really something. Oh, and on the topic of Elvis, I forgot to mention something. Um, my whole family likes Elvis, by the way. It's not just me. It's my dad and my mother and I guess my sister. I don't know. But Leo likes Elvis. And at one point in Vegas, I think the first or second time I went, they had an Elvis like Cirque du Soleil show, which sounds like it would be a lot of fun, right? I mean, with the dancing and the funkiness and all that stuff. But it actually kind of sucked because for a lot of his songs, they had like other people singing them. Like, I mean, not famous people, just like stock singers that they had at the show. It's like, I mean, they were the best number was like Bossa Nova because which great song by the way, but it had like it was just Elvis's voice, the track, it had fun dancing, and then they had like this loop of him like doing this dance in the background. Like I could have just watched that loop for like 2 hours, I swear. But no, we had to have I don't know, like these random nobody people like coming and singing these Elvis songs. It's like I want to hear Elvis at the Elvis show. Is that too much to ask? And they had a beat that I think they still have the Beatles Cirque du Soleil, which I thought that was a pretty good show. And I know they have Michael Jackson, which I never saw that one, but But yeah, the Elvis one didn't last so long. That was at the Aria. I've seen most of those Cirque shows. I mean, I've seen I've seen Mystere. I thought Cobb was the best because they had like a real storyline at MGM Grand. But O was good, and Mystere is fun. That's like the oldest one, but it's fun. But anyway, what else was I talking about? I have a whole list of topics here, but I think I'm going to go with hmm. I think I'm going to go with my theory on bumper stickers. I was driving the other day and I just saw one that was just so stupid and so asinine, and it really inspired me. I'm just like, you know what? I really, God forbid somebody on this show, great Aunt Linda invented bumper stickers in 1942 to help the Allied war effort. I'm going to look like the biggest ass. But it's like, I really do think that there might be an inverse relationship between number of bumper stickers and IQ. I think there might be something there because why I have none. I don't, it's not my thing. And I think a couple are fine if it's, significant or funny, please. If it's funny, of course, that's all subjective to me, in my own opinion, is that, what's funny. But I'm actually the arbiter of truth here. So really I can say whatever I want. But really it's like, if it's funny, okay, that's fine. You get one or two, that's fine. But like, more than four, I think is like a little obnoxious. And, I really think that there should be a score. You start at 100 and it's subtracting 1 point for every bumper sticker. But if they're political, that's subtract five. So I mean, I've seen a couple like negative 2000s in my lifetime. Um, but yeah, it's just like, I just don't get it. It's like, when I'm driving, I don't want people to know who I am. I don't want to be identifiable. I just kind of want to drive and be incognito. It's like, do we have to express ourselves at every waking moment to really let people know about your whatever it is that is so important that you have it emblazoned on your car's ass? Is that really the most important thing? Is that it? You know what I mean? And some people have 20 to 30 of them. And, you have the classics, the stick figure family. And then, the stick figure, then there'll be a space missing for whichever person got divorced. Oh gosh. I've seen that, then that's sad. And then you have like people with their dogs. I saw one that's like, "Have you kissed your dog today?" I'm like, that is just disturbing. And I saw one that's like, "I'm a dog, mom," and I'm like, congratulations, what an achievement. I mean, oh gosh, don't get me started on the dogs, man. Some people with their dogs, I mean, they treat them like they treat them like they're their children. And I understand. I mean, listen, nobody loves their dog more than I do. Nobody loves, I like dogs, I like cats, I like pets, but man, at the end of the day, they're not they're not people. I mean, it's not you're not a parent by having a dog. I don't know why I have to say this. It's the stupidest thing. Ugh, goodness gracious. I mean, it's so obnoxious. And then, I've seen a couple good ones. I've seen Nobody Cares About Your Stick Figure Family, which I agree with that. But, I really do think it's like, I mean, what's so important, people? I mean, really, what is so important? If I have an opinion, I'll just tell you. I mean, I don't need to put emblazon it on my belongings, or I don't get it. But you know what? Everybody has their own thing, and I lost a listener who was president of the bumper sticker fan club of 1992 or whatever the hell it is. I mean, you can't say anything nowadays without somebody being like, "Well, actually, blah, 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 blah." And I know I do it too. This is all for fun, people. It's not to be taken seriously. Look at me. Look how much of a hypocrite I am. I'm talking about people like overexpressing themselves. And look what I'm doing right now. It's a freaking podcast where I talk about nothing. I mean, they said Seinfeld was a show about nothing. This is really a show about nothing. I mean, who am I to talk about it? Who am I? I mean, I may not have a bumper sticker, but I sure do. I spew out my nonsense all the time. So what am I? Just a big hypocrite. That's what I am. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed listening. Listen, it's fun for me. I enjoy doing the show. I like doing it. Don't take it seriously, guys. It's not meant to be serious. It's meant to be a joke. We can all have a little fun. That's what I think. So anyway, but I am serious about the bumper stickers. Though. I do think there might be something to my little theory there. Just so you know. Oh gosh. Speaking of dogs, my Astro, Astro or Ratstro or Little Ass or whatever iteration you want to call him. I love Astro, by the way. I think he's adorable and he's a lot of fun. This dog has no fear. I swear he has no fear. He will see another dog. The dog could be 8 pounds. The dog could be 70 pounds. The dog could be 200 pounds. I swear he will bark and try to fight any dog, any person, any vehicle, and even, I kid you not, this dog tries to fight the moon. He tries to fight the moon. The moon. He tries to fight. If I'm outside and he's walking around and the moon's out, he'll start jumping at it and barking at it like it's like, I'm like, dude, what are you doing? He tries to fight cars. He tries to fight people. I'm like, Astro, you got to be careful, man. You weigh like 12 pounds. Like, I love you, buddy, but you gotta relax a little. Although it is interesting. The other day he was at the borders because there was nobody home. Um, and he doesn't usually like to play with the other dogs, probably because he's so freaking aggressive. But there was a dog named Penelope, which a good Greek name. So hello, he finally met a Greek girl, and now he wants to play. But he was playing with her. They were running around together and playing with each other. I have video of it. It's awfully cute. I'll send it to you if you want. But they posted. I'm like, oh, now I see. Astro sees a girl, and now he's all willing to run around and play. The boy's finally tired of playing with cars, if you know what I'm saying. But yeah, it was awfully cute. Astro, I love Astro. He's a wild thing. I mean, the guy. He's a monster. He's almost like an animal. He's just trying to fight everything. But he's awfully cute. But anyway, folks, I mean, this is about 30 minutes, so I think I'm going to wrap it up. But I hope you enjoyed listening. A little more low key show for you today. But I hope you enjoyed. And, like I said, like and comment and do whatever you want, as long as it's nice. No, you can say what you want. I certainly do. So I'll leave you at that. But have a good one, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.